Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
I'm Bob. Happy Friday.
Welcome back to our Top 5 Friday ski industry news videos. Apologies if the overall energy level is lower this week.
That's for good reason.
I'm very tired.
It pairs well with topic number 1.
Yes. Topic number 1 is we just wrapped up our 7th annual ski and snowboard test. It's our second snowboard test, but yeah, this is the 7th year that we've been running our own ski test.
Yep, pretty cool stuff.
It's wild.
Yep.
I don't know if it's actually that wild. It's just crazy to think about how long it's been, where we started,
Yeah.
and where we've...
It's fun to look back on, what was it, 2016?
'17.
2017. It's funny to look back and see, you know, just the
can't do
difference
math.
in production value and like
Totally.
scope.
Yep.
You know, like that's great. You go back and look at some of the early 2017 ski test videos in the pouring rain with no studio accompanying and like just like maybe 20 seconds of someone skiing a ski that you can't see because it was pouring rain and super foggy,
Yeah.
and definitely come a long way since then. So
Yeah. Rightfully so. There were a lot of like negative comments on those first year ski test videos. A lot of people that were just like, what is
this?
I'd be like, actually, you know what? That's a fair
Yeah.
question.
Yep.
It's designed to go with this.
Right. It's all part
Hope
of
that helps.
it's all part of a learning process, I guess.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Anyways, so our 7th annual ski test is in the books. Some stats. I have stats.
I like
Bob.
stats.
20 ski brands.
Okay.
Do you know how many snowboard brands? Really putting you on the spot here.
7.
9.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was 9.
What's your guess on the number of testers that we have this year?
Testers, 147.
I estimated 120,
Okay.
but you're probably pretty close. A lot.
Yeah.
It's a 3-day event at Stowe Mountain Resort, so big thank you to Stowe for letting us host the test there. It is super awesome. Like, I'm not sugarcoating this at all. It really is like awesome to be able to host a ski test at our home mountain.
Yep.
And they are incredibly accommodating. Like, I cannot say enough good things about how Stowe hosts us. They do a great job.
We had our name on the light up sign,
Yeah,
which I had never seen before. I thought that was a nice touch.
we made it.
Yep.
Yeah, if your name is on a light up sign,
Well, especially the light up sign is either like
paid parking,
paid parking, lifts are closed,
or hey,
welcome
hey,
to Ski Essentials.
Ski Essentials is having a test.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
in good company.
And yeah, if you're curious, we tested pretty darn close to 450 different models of skis, which is wild.
That's a lot.
And about 100 snowboards. So
Yeah.
the rest of the work starts now.
Right.
But yeah, anyways, that's about it for topic number 1. And if I look really tired, I am. And if Bob looks really tired, he probably is too, but I won't speak for you, Bob.
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Anyways, moving on to topic number
Topic
2. I'm going to get through this, I promise. World Cup season has come to an end, and we got a couple of fun highlights. The thing that I thought was the most, I don't know, I think it's the most exciting out of all of these little records and news that we've got here is the U.S. women won the FIS Nations Cup for slalom for the first time ever. And obviously, we can give a ton of credit to Michaela Schifrin,
Yep.
but I think you really got to call out Paula Moltzen.
And that was kind of like the secondary thing that we talked about all year was like, if Michaela didn't exist,
Yeah.
like we would be talking about Paula
Yeah,
a whole lot.
Totally.
Like, really phenomenal season.
yeah. So really, really cool to see. And then Michaela has set a couple new records as well. She picked up a 3rd as well as a win in giant slalom since we last spoke. So she now has the most World Cup podiums for a female athlete with 138, and also tied for the second most of all time between men and women. I can't remember. I think Stenmark's like 150 something. So you got to assume she's going to catch that in just a matter of time.
Right.
She also picked up her 21st giant slalom win, making her the most successful women's giant slalom racer ever. And we all think about Michaela Schifrin and her skill and dominance in slalom, but pretty dominant in giant slalom too.
Yeah, and the thing I like always saying about giant slalom is that it's the easiest to do but the hardest to win.
Yeah.
So
right.
like, you know, everyone can ski giant slalom gates.
Right.
But the skill that it takes to win in that many, I think, is super impressive.
The margins of victory are small. So, huge congratulations to the U.S. women's team and to Michaela Schifrin. And we'll touch on Michaela Schifrin again before the end of this video. Third topic of the week, Bob, this is going to be a pretty quick one, I think. California resorts are planning for a substantially extended season.
Yeah, Mammoth is the highlight here, where they're looking into July.
End of July. They've said they will make it through July.
Yep.
And likely will make it into August as well. I lived in Mammoth the year that they got a ton of snow, and it's a pretty unbelievable place to ski into the summer months.
Some nice human-triggered slush avalanches this year, do you think?
Oh, totally.
I like those.
Yeah, but also Ski Patrol does a pretty good job of
shutting
those things down. Usually do get like a couple fun little like bobsled track style things at Mammoth. But yeah, just to quickly run through them. North Star, it's going to be April 30th. Heavenly, May 7th. Kirkwood, May 14th. Palisades, July 4th, which is kind of another highlight there next to Mammoth. So yeah, if you're in the California area, you're going to have a lot of places to ski this spring.
A lot of skiing, yep.
Pretty cool. And that brings us to the fourth topic of the week. We got an announcement from Alterra with $490 million in improvements. That brings their 6-year investment total to $1.5 billion, Bob.
I mean, they sell a lot of passes. You know, they got to put it back in there somehow.
Yeah. We did get a little bit of a breakdown into how they will be using that money. $400 million to general infrastructure improvements and $50 million to employee housing. So nice to see a big chunk of that going to employee housing, more than 10%. To call out kind of some specific improvements that they're going to do, Steamboat, looking at 655 acres of new terrain, a new gondola, snowmaking, and more. Pretty substantial.
Yeah, and that's cool because that's like the stuff that skiers want. You know, it's like
more things to ski.
They need to do those things, and then like you said, the employee housing, and then just like payroll. You know, like really employee retention, I think needs to be top of the list if you're putting $500 million into your resorts.
Yeah.
You know, like definitely, that's something that, you know, is different than snowmaking and grooming and lifts that doesn't always get as much attention, but
agreed.
Pretty important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Can't run a mountain without people.
Nope.
A couple other highlights I wanted to call out. 25,000 square foot lodge at Crystal Mountain, as well as some lift upgrades at Mammoth. Mammoth has a lot of lifts. Some of them are old.
Yeah. Seems like it can handle the traffic too. It's a big place.
Mammoth?
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Have you skied there?
No.
It's so cool.
It's on the list.
Maybe we'll go this summer.
Go in July. July skiing.
Yeah.
Be sweet.
Do it.
I'm in.
Okay. See you in Mammoth in July. And then finally we have our edits of the week. So first we have Suede. The film is called Wonder Fuel. I knew I was going to mess that up. I was even going to write fuel.
They do that on
caps
purpose.
To mess me
up.
up.
To mess you up, yeah.
Me.
Yep.
Specifically.
You're one of the few people that will like sit in a internet forum and say the word out loud.
And they did it. To get me.
Yep.
I don't think you're right, but fair enough.
They were successful. You can't argue with results.
I cannot argue with the result. I can argue with the intention. But no, really cool. Little short film, about 12 minutes long with some very creative skiing in it. And then we have another kind of short film. This one's about 13 and a half minutes. Overcome Ski Fear with Veronica Paulson and Jim Ryan. I thought this was very insightful and always kind of cool to get a glimpse into the mindset of some of the best skiers in the world.
Jim Ryan doesn't appear to be scared of a whole lot.
No.
Pretty impressive.
I mean, you could say that about Veronica Paulson, too.
Yeah.
Double backflips into Corbetts. And
right.
like, sometimes you can watch that stuff and be like, oh, that person's fearless. So it's kind of cool to get kind of that snapshot of their mindset. And then said we would kind of circle back to Michaela Schifrin here. Last edit of the week is her appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. I think it's always fun when, like, our sport works its way into mainstream culture and media.
Yeah, when they hit the media circuit, you know, kind of like the book tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting too.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like Johnny Mosley on Letterman.
Totally.
And he did like the jump in the back, like they set up a jump in the alley, and
he did a mute 3, right?
Yeah, did a mute 3.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious.
Yeah. Michaela Schifrin did not do a mute 360.
No skiing for Michaela.
No, but she brought a pair of Redsters.
Interesting.
It looked like a Redster G9.
Yep. Just for show and tell purposes.
It was a gift for Jimmy Fallon.
Oh.
It's got Jimmy's name on it.
Nice.
And like some Michaela stuff on it.
Yep.
It was pretty cool.
I wonder if Jimmy skis.
He must, right?
And if he's more of a bent 110 skier than a G9.
I feel like he's more of a Redster G9 skier. But who knows?
We'll find out.
Jimmy Fallon, feel free to correct us if we're incorrect about your skiing preferences. Bob, do you have anything to add before we wrap up this week's Top 5 Friday?
I feel like Matt kind of missed one today. I don't know if he'll get it in next week after more has gone down, but Gwyneth Paltrow was on trial for running into a skier at Deer Valley.
Do you know it's been going on for like 8 years?
Yeah, and
it's crazy.
Because like the trial's going on today, like now.
Well, they like countersued each other a bunch of times, I think.
Right, like he sued her because she hit him, and then he sued her because, or
she sued him.
They're both claiming that they hit each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I think is hilarious.
Yep.
But fortunately, no one was seriously injured.
I think he had like a bit of a head injury.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting. I don't know. I like it when, if it wasn't Gwyneth Paltrow, would she have been sued? If it was a regular, if it was me? You know, I kind of always wonder those things.
Come after you for your fortune.
My ski collection? Like the most valuable things. Yeah, I don't know.
Here's 5 pairs of skis.
You can have them.
Yeah, no, I did think that was interesting. I picked up one tidbit of information from that the guy suing claimed that her and her instructor just kept going.
Oh, like more of a hit and run.
Hit and run situation.
The plot thickens.
It does. Anyways, so I feel like we could sit here for an hour and speculate about Gwyneth Paltrow just slamming into people on the ski slopes. But I'm really tired.
Yeah, it looks like you want to go to bed.
I'm going to stop right here and go edit this, and then we'll post it, and I will probably be asleep shortly after that.
Sounds like a great Friday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So next week we'll be back with a bunch of content. It should be a really exciting end of the season, actually. We've got a lot of different stuff to share with you. So a little bit of a break this week while we had the test. But yeah, you'll see a lot go up next week and the following week and throughout the spring and summer. So hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.